There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frankel & Frankel, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frankel first.
And
well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Welcome.
Hey, Bachi.
Hey, man, listen. I just appreciate y'all for being here, man. I'm just grateful that y'all, right there, logo. Grateful that y'all tapped in with me, man, that y'all holding it down, all this kind of little stuff, man. I'm Voch Lombardi, by the way, by way of Bleacher Report. Shouts out to the Bleacher Report. That's what the old folk call it. You on the Bleacher Report today? I'm on the Bleacher Report today. Y'all be sure to download the app for your friends. Let them know to tap in with the Cowboy tab. They're doing some great things with your favorite streamers and content creators. So be sure to tap in and follow Voch Lombardi if y'all ain't doing nothing else. All right. Hopefully I get on that draft tab one day and put your boy up on the draft tab. You can hit the yes, very good, very good. You hit the draft tab and I'll just pop up on the draft tab one day. Hey man, we got a little bit to talk about today, man. Got some topics I wanted to run past y'all. I came on here last week with big six in the draft, right? 6 players that I wanted to walk out of the draft with. One of those guys, it was Travis Hunter, Ted McMillan, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, Luther Burden. Like that was my big 6 of guys that I would like to walk away with in the draft. The Cowboys winning for no reason, yo. So of course that throws a little monkey wrench in our operation here. I think we're officially out of the Travis Hunter sweepstakes. And look, man, that's all right. That's fine. There are plenty more good players. I think we're running out of elite ones, but there are plenty more good players. So I'm going to give you an updated big 6 that I have for y'all. My 6 draft targets that we're looking for since the Cowboys want to go out there and get W's. We can look up Tankathon if y'all want to. We can go to tankathon.com and give that a little gander. Also, I just kind of wanted to talk about the fallout of what possibly could come from us beating the Washington Football Wizards last week, but also having an opportunity to beat the New York Giants this week. I know there's a lot of people going to be sick of me, stone cold sick of me, when I'm talking about, hey, we should be taking L's right here. We should be losing this game. And there are some people think that you should, try to win by any means necessary. All circumstances should lead to you winning the football game or wanting to win the football game. I mean, that's cute when you're in the middle of the season, but you know what ain't cute? Like 7-10. Ain't nothing cute about an 8-9 season, you know what I'm saying, where you are not in the playoff conversation at all, or you in the playoffs with damn Cooper Rush. That's horrible. And you're outside of the top draft pick consideration like that. So I don't want to end up in that little purgatory situation. Okay. But we can take a look at Tankathon a little bit later on. If y'all want to have a conversation related to that, I'll be tuned in and just kind of picking Jerry's brain a little bit with some of his comments as of late. Draft wise, sure, where this team is headed, Jerry Jones is look, chat, something I thought about doing. Y'all was listening to new Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick will say something, but like if it's something that'll get him canceled, he just won't say it. Dog, I've been thinking about saying so much about Jerry Jones, but I'm gonna be on DallasCowboys.com next year for the draft show. So a part of me wants to call Jerry Jones a dork. But I'm trying to get some bread. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to get some bread. So I got to say stuff like, man, I can't believe you. And then I got to, you know what I'm saying? So we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. But one thing that Jerry said this week in the news that kind of bothered the hell out of me that I'm going to look at both sides of, that we're going to have a conversation about here, is his comments about Mike McCarthy. Jerry Jones had some comments about Mike McCarthy, and it all revolved around the idea that Mike McCarthy got skins on the wall. He's a good coach. He'll figure it out. Stephen Jones even came out and said it. Troy Aikman said it in the broadcast. Hey, Mike McCarthy's a really good coach. And I'm just sitting up here like,
it's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally me.
And we can go ahead and get started. I'll tell you why. I think Mike McCarthy is lacking as a coach. I don't think he has a great feel for what's best for the big picture of the team or whatever, right? Mike McCarthy has his own ways. And I think just like any coach, any player, any human, really, you kind of get stuck in your own ways sometimes. Mike McCarthy, when he's a delegator. See, Jerry Jones is a great GM when he's delegating, right? When he just tell, hey, you make this decision for me, you make this decision, you make this decision, I'll just hit the button. Jerry Jones is really good at that. Jerry Jones won Executive of the Year by delegating. So when Mike McCarthy gets to Dallas and we hear, hey, you know, Mike don't really do much. It's kind of lazy almost, you know? I mean, we hear those comments, but when you win, and I mean, who cares? It don't matter. But at the end of the day, when Mike McCarthy was delegating, when Bones Fossil was running practice, when Kellen was running the offense, when Dan Quinn was running the defense here, it was fine. We was good when he was delegating, right? But the more of a thumbprint that Mike McCarthy puts on this team, just another biometric touch that he puts on his football team. Same with Jerry Jones, by the way. They're almost like twin brothers in this way. We kind of take a step backwards the more they get involved. So Mike McCarthy last year, you know, Kellen Moore leaves and Mike McCarthy is in charge of the play calling and stuff like that. But a lot of that offense is still kind of Kellen Moore's offense or whatnot. Mike McCarthy's just kind of calling it or whatever, right? That offense started out ridiculous. It was so nonsensical. The first 6 games of the week, the first 6 games of the season last year, it was a crock of nonsense watching our Dallas Cowboys play. But something happened. I still don't know what that is. I would love to ask. I would love to reach out to some of the players that I know, send them a discreet text, be like, hey man, who got cussed out? What happened here? What was the purpose behind this? I would love to ask somebody, hey, what happened that made Mike McCarthy go from this goofy little offense in the first 6 or 7 weeks and make him change to the last 8 or so weeks, right? There was a bye week and there was this Chargers game that we were trying to acclimate to. Then after that, open the floodgates of heaven, let it rain, let it rain. And the Cowboys ended the number 1 offense in the league, and Dak Prescott was number 2 in the MVP race. Fine. You get blued out by the Green Bay Packers. That ain't fine. But you get blued out by the Green Bay Packers here, and now we're back at square one. And everybody had the same thought, right? Everybody walked into this offseason going, okay, whatever the hell you did last year, okay? Whatever the hell you did last year, take that and do it a little better. That was Mike McCarthy's one job. Take the end of last year offensively and fix that. Just anything that's broken, fix it, tweak it, and keep all the good stuff. And keep all the good stuff. And I don't know if Jerry Jones made a call, but that was your only obligation. Just fix all the bad stuff, keep the good stuff. So we go into week 1, we beat the hell out of Cleveland. Look, when you win in games, nobody cares. But after that, if you look at this Dallas Cowboys offense, it looks more and more and more and more and more and more like that nonsense you started with last year. At some point, if you're Mike McCarthy, the head coach, the biggest decision that you're tasked with making, Mike McCarthy, is what's best for my team right now. And if you calling plays is an impediment to your football team, then you need to do what? Very good, chat. You need to stop calling plays. You need to stop. You need to hand them joints over to Schottenheimer. You need to hand it over to Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush now. You need to hand it over to Cooper Rush. Whatever it is you need to do, you need to hand that responsibility over and give it to somebody else because your way is not working. The problem is not only is Mike McCarthy not passing that responsibility along, his ass is doubling down. He's doubling down on the his offense nonsense. All right, Mike McCarthy, doubling down. And if you hear Jerry Jones on the radio a couple of weeks ago, I came right here on Bleacher Report in the Cowboys tab. You can go find it under the Voch Lombardi button. I talked about it when Jerry Jones came out on the radio. He was like, "Well, your offense look goofy." Talk to Troy Aikman. You say your receivers lazy. They don't run through the contact and all this kind of stuff. The scheme, the offensive line ain't blocking. Y'all remember when Jerry Jones came out and said all that? Y'all remember when Jerry Jones came out and said all that? Let me tell you something I know for sure. Jerry Jones, who's a billionaire, by the way, ain't watching film.
Did you hear what I said?
Now, the average general manager of a National Football League team, what they make? Like $5 million, maybe, if that. Well, let's do some Googles, boy. Howie Roseman's salary. Let's see how much money Howie Roseman is making. Let's click the button, see how much money Howie Roseman is making. He just signed a 3-year extension. So allegedly, and it's just what the internet's saying. Y'all ain't got to listen to me. Allegedly, Howie Roseman is making around $1 million a year. Okay. So he got a couple of years and he's okay, cool. So approximately 1.3 million annually. And his net worth is other stuff. You know, that's his other little businesses and all that. But yeah, so as a general manager, he's making about $1 million a year. A millionaire can still afford to watch a little bit of film because your life ain't, you know what I'm saying? Your life ain't all the way secure. Like Jerry Jones is a billionaire. Jerry Jones didn't know who Jonathan Mingo was. Jerry Jones didn't know who the hell Jonathan Mingo was. He don't know who Carlos. He forgot Carlos Watkins played here. He's a billionaire, right? Delegating is important here. So I know Jerry Jones ain't watching film. I wonder why Jerry Jones came out and said, "Hey man, Mike McCarthy's scheme is kind of stale. It's kind of trash. The receivers ain't running through press coverage and the offensive line ain't blocking." Why would Jerry Jones say that? You don't want to. I think there's somebody in Jerry Jones's ear who is watching film, is tapping in with Jerry Jones and is saying, "Hey, Mike McCarthy a little goofy with the play calls, whatever. But that's fine because Voch agrees. Voch says this. I agree. I've come on Bleacher Report to agree with Jerry Jones in that way. Now, normally how I feel about Jerry Jones is that but that just is what it is. All of a sudden, Mike McCarthy is so great of a coach, skins on the wall, ex-Super Bowl winner, and I don't think it's weird at all that he'll come back next year. Jerry Jones said via 105.3 The Fan, the flagship radio station in Dallas. Now, Chad, it's a couple of ways to look at that quote from our beloved Jerry Wayne Jones. I think it's one thing. I think it's on this hand. I think it's the fact that Jerry Jones loves it when the Cowboys is in the media. And it's not like the Cowboys are a good team or anything like that. Jerry Jones loves a good headline. The Cowboys aren't a good team, and Jerry Jones got to get his Cowboy. He got to get the Cowboys the news cycle, right? The Cowboys got to be in the news cycle somewhere. So Jerry Jones makes this comment just to keep the Cowboys in the current news cycle because your team is hot garbage, right? But what if Jerry Jones believes that? What if Jerry Jones literally believes that Mike McCarthy is the guy that gets the job done, which is another blow to us Cowboy fans, which is another blow to us that you actually beat the Washington Football Wizards last week, because now you're in this situation where, oh, we won a football game. I told y'all things was about to come around. That's the worst possible thing that can. If Jerry Jones looked at this win versus the Washington Football Wizards last week and go, man, look, I told y'all we was a contender. We was just hurt. Michael Parsons come back, DeRon Bland come back. Look how good of a defense that we played. Oh, we will play better offense, but Dak Prescott's hurt now. Man, all we need to do is add a running back, an offensive lineman, and a D tackle, and we'll be straight. That's what we dealing with here. We dealing with a guy on one hand is putting us in the news just because we not in the news, and on the other hand, a guy that's willing to like lie to himself. Jerry Jones is willing to lie to himself just to, because I'm trying to be on .com next year. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get that little bread, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get, you know what I'm saying? But dog, that's the problem here. That's the big problem here. So now we're looking to go on a streak. The Cowboys are looking to salvage this season. Hey, man, we're not mathematically eliminated. We're going to make the run. We're going to make a run for it because we're not mathematically eliminated. You know what the problem with that's going to be? You know what the big issue with that's going to be? The Cowboys going to mess around and win 4 of them games or something goofy like that. We're going to end up 8-9 out the playoffs and drafting 21 overall or something goofy like that with Cooper Rush at quarterback. So I had to update my Big Six here. Voch, what you mean you got to update your Big Six here? What you mean by that? Let's see if I still got pictures in my picture bank. Let me go to images. Let me see if I still got some pictures in my picture bank. No, I do not have any pictures in my picture bank. That's all right. I'll just verbalize it. It's all good. So I will do this though. Let's go to share, window, Tankathon. All right. So pardon Polo, Ralph Lauren on the side here trying to sell me stuff. Pardon them. Wells Fargo over here. Harry Potter on the bottom there. Yeah, just ignore all those things, right? They just trying to sell me stuff. I'm gonna move me right here. Yeah, Voch Lombardi entire store 50% off. Yeah. We're gonna leave it like that. So, chat. This is Tankathon. Tankathon is a very important important website for us at this point in the season because it's how we dictate what our draft situation is gonna be like. The week before, we were drafting at number 11. Cool. Going into last week, we were drafting at number 9. Perfect. How the hell we end up right back at 11? How in tarnation did we end up right back at 11, man? It hurts my heart, man. Hurts my heart. Now I'm rooting for some of these teams to really like fall off or whatever. Now we're like 2 games behind the first overall pick, Jacksonville, New York, and Vegas. And to be fair, Giants and Vegas are quarterback needy teams. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's about 8 picks between us and like a real non-quarterback spot or whatever. So what we really want is a bunch of quarterbacks to go. Milroe, Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders. We really want teams to fall in love with those guys, chat. But when you're drafting at 11, there are plenty cool players there. But if you're a team and you trash and you trying to draft because you trash and there's no hope for winning because you trash, you really want to be up in that 5, 6, 7 range. Or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 range as opposed to the 11 range where you really are. Right? So in my mind, originally Travis Hunter was in my picks or whatever. Like he was in my targets. But hey man, when you lose, when you win and you end up at 11, there's no way you draft Travis Hunter way the hell down here. So now you got, you have to change the names a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's X out of this advertisement. All right. So what that leaves you with is I think you can still lose some games and end up kind of up here a little bit. I just need the Cowboys to do the right thing. But I think Travis Hunter is kind of out. Ted McMillan is around. I think he's kind of out. Abdul Carter, maybe. Mason Graham, maybe. Ashton Genty, if teams look at the running back situation, maybe. Luther Burden, possibly. I'm just hoping that teams are. I'm hoping that teams value these quarterbacks more than me. I'm hoping that teams value these quarterbacks more than me, right? In real life, these quarterbacks will be closer to Bo Nix kind of guys than who was the number one quarterback last year, man? Caleb Williams. They're closer to Bo Nix than Caleb Williams, but Bo Nix still went higher than expected last year. And I mean, I think some teams will probably like these guys more than Bo, but hey, Bo's doing fine right now. I guess his offensive coaching really kind of elevated him a little bit, but hey, Bo's doing just fine. But you really want as many quarterbacks in that top 10. If you're going to be the 11th guy right now, you want more of those guys in that top 10. But in real life, you want to keep losing those games so that you end up in the 6, 7, 8 range. The problem is you got the Giants coming up and their ass is tanking too. You got the Giants coming up and their ass is tanking too. So much. They're tanking so much to where Daniel Jones is like out of. He was cut. They'll take the cap hit on the money. Daniel Jones is cut. So they're likely tanking harder than you. And then you got Carolina next week, who's the 5th overall team, which is higher than you also. And they ain't tanking, they just bad. But the Cowboys need to take care of business. Now, after that, you got Bengals, Bucks, Washington Football, Wizards. You got Eagles against. You ain't got to worry about those games. I think Washington get you the next time, and the rest of those teams will get you. Like, they'll really get you up out of there. But if we really want to have a shot at this, chat, I think 4 wins is the most we need to get. We don't need to win no more than 4 wins. 5 will make me sick, but 4 is my target. All right? And that's your daily Cowboys weekly topical is what Bleacher Report call it. Hey, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, man. If y'all want to see some more work, man, come over to my YouTube at Voch Lombardi or catch me on Twitter at Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. I'm breaking down draft content right now, so if you want some good news with that, be sure to tap in and go look for it. And make sure you tell all your friends to download the Bleacher Report app. Help them out a little bit. Go to the Cowboy tab and select it for them. Go to the NFL draft tab in case I end up on that Bleacher Report and just select it for them. Make sure you go to Voch Lombardi and hit the follow button for them, just in case I do go live. You'll get that notification. You'll know when I go live. You get to see all of my past work. Who doesn't want to see that? All right, y'all hold down for the dose. You want some peace, whiskey. Until next time, love y'all. Peace.